Gurudev is genius. I don't think anybody can put this whole thing so easy and palatable, and it's marvelous, mind-boggling. His ability to put Brahma Satya in such a simple language, nobody can do that.
Yeah,
Marvelous.
yeah, yeah. So I was thinking like the three things that you mentioned, Prabhaji, in the beginning, right? Dualistic, non-dualistic, two kinds of non-dualistic. Where does his teaching fall into? Is it the third one, where everything is one? That's
What
what
do
I
you
was
think?
trying to map in my head.
See, at one level, everything is one, right? So if you go to the last one, everything is one. So non-dualist is also Brahman. Qualified non-dualist is also Brahman. Non-dualist is anyway Brahman, right? So I think he's all inclusive. If you see that, right, that Yoga Vasistha doesn't talk about a deity and God, but we have this Navratri Homa and Rudram and all, right? So he honors all that thing, right? And there's Bhakti also. So the way I think Gurudev is not Guru, he is Brahman himself, like, okay. So I think he is direct Dakshinamurti personification of the absolute, right? So me commenting on Gurudev is
I know, even I
way
was
above
reluctant.
me. We don't get paid in the art of living, but it is way above my pay grade, if I may say, right? But I think his teachings are all inclusive, right? And I think he doesn't give the intellectual gymnastic because if you listen to Vedanta, it is such a clist subject, right? Clist means like abstract and
Uh-huh.
mind bending. He just make it so simple. Wood is wood, wood is
Yeah,
not table, table is no wood, and this thing, this thing. That
yeah,
is the pure Vedantic explanation. Is everything is Brahman, this. But he makes it so simple, and he gives the direct experience that okay, who am I? Okay, you sit down, and that is what is that non-dual experience. So, but holding on to that is important. So, with knowledge, what happens is that we start appreciating. Oh, I already got it.
mm,
This diamond is already with me because the Brahman is not outside. Like everything is in the Brahman, right?
yeah,
Just realizing that, and I think he gives the rock solid experience. People can read different scripture. They can have like whole Sanskrit explanation. They can do all that contest of everything. But if there is no experience, what is the use? So he just gives that. Okay, you eat the pudding and yeah, you enjoy the experience. Rest is what is the value of intellectual gymnastic?
yeah, yeah. No, that makes so
Yeah,
much sense.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, Shweta.
First, actually, first is I want to bring up that self-effort thing, right? We had that discussion a few weeks back. So in one of the satsang recently, Gurudev, somebody asked Gurudev about self-effort in Yoga Vasishtha. So he mentioned that self-effort is nothing but putting your 100% towards whatever thought or something you need to work on. So basically, just putting 100% towards anything. So that's self-effort. So I just want to bring that up. And then I wanted to ask about, like, I know you talked that stories, these are like they can take you to the La La Land, but I read the Leela story. So while reading, right, it brings up that there are different dimensions. Even in this, like, there are different layers, there are different dimensions. So so there is some truth to that. Even though everything is Brahman, but then we do have different dimensions and different layers. Like if astral body is traveling, it seems like Gurudev has also mentioned that there are multiple dimensions at the same time. We exist in multiple dimensions, right? So how do we take that? Like, should we, like, because
There is no contradiction, right? Because everything exists in Brahman. There are so many layers of the reality and experiences. There is no contradiction. Nobody is saying that that is not there, right? It's a reality relative experience, right? Yeah, it is there. That is why we worship so many angels, right? Ganesh ji, Lakshmi ji. There are so many powers we worship, right? And they have a definite impact on this level where we are. So there is no contradiction. At least I don't have any contradiction. I'm not saying that is right, that is wrong. What I'm saying is that we have limited time. We have, let's say, in 11 weeks, we have 22 hours. I will try to bring the attention back to the core concept rather than the peripheral world, right? And then I think as I said, that story of Leela is amazing. Everybody should read it, right? So there is no contradiction. Yeah. whatever is written here has a lot of value. So go for that.
No, but it has the tendency to take you to that illusory world, right? Because you can, like, when you're reading that, it gives you that, I don't know, it has some tendency to take you to the,
Yeah, so enjoy that, right? There is
yeah.
nothing wrong in that. Like it is better than Harry Potter and Inception and Matrix movie, right? So enjoy that thing. There is nothing wrong. I just avoid that. Personally, I avoid. I'm not stopping anyone. I just like to like okay, when you know that it is just simply trying to tell is everything is consciousness, right? One absolute consciousness. So I'll focus on that instead of like worrying about what happened to Leela, what happened to her
Yeah,
husband.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
I just cut that thing short. That okay, I'm least interested in that. I will go to the core point directly.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Even I don't like it's. I'm not saying what happened to Leela, but all I'm saying is what came out for me was different dimensions, different
Oh,
layers.
absolutely. There are different dimensions, and it is very powerful story. It talks about the how space is illusionary. There
Yeah.
can be atom inside the atom. How the time is illusionary. Like you are sleeping in one hut, and then whole lifetime is done somewhere else, right? So all that thing gives a very different understanding. But
That is a bit
we will be talking about all those things.
okay. Yeah, that was a bit confusing as well. If you would take that some part of it, right? It was a bit confusing as well.
Yeah, you don't get confused, right? Getting confused is your choice. Like you just take it like okay, innocently, like a child. If you become ENT doctor, then you will be seeing the mucus inside the nose. If you are a child, you will be holding the nose. So up to you, right? If you go too much intellectual, the byproduct of too much intellect is confusion. Choice is yours. And it is not also your choice. It is the nature of the intellect. So do not struggle with that. If it comes, it comes. We'll come. We'll discuss. We'll find something. We'll not find something somewhere else. It will come. So don't worry about that.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Lakshmi and Vicky, and then we close. Two more, and then we close. Yeah. Vicky. Yeah.
Um, I got halfway through chapter 3, and at one point, because most of it's the Leela story, there's a comment about the person becoming all these different entities. So they were a human, and then they were a worm, and then they were a mosquito, and they were that, right?
Yeah.
And I've always wondered about this, and I've wondered if anybody has ever heard Guruji talk about incarnations where once you're a human, you do go back to being something other than a human.
There is a one case word Gurdev also talks, and there is a question. There is a story of Jada Bharat. It is also in Yoga Vasistha that there was a rishi, like a sage, who was very attached to a deer. He
Deer, yeah,
saved that deer, and then that when he was dying, he was thinking about the deer, and then he
right.
the body of the deer. So Gurudev gave that example also. So I think there is no contradiction. And Gurudev keeps telling that whatever is the last thought while leaving this body becomes the next body, right? The strongest thought creates the kind of platform for your next birth, right? But Yoga Vasistha is saying that once you understand, it is just a play and display of that, right? It is dream inside dream inside dream. Then you can get the grip of this loosen. Okay, I don't know what happened. I'm also reading like you guys, right? So, but I trust it that if it is dream, why to give so much of importance? And then we'll figure it out. Yeah. Okay. Okay, last one. Lakshmi, you had something? Okay. All good? Okay. So I think it was a long session, almost 2 hours. So thank you so much for your patience.